Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of our Old School Essentials campaign. So, with me here is Kangafango.
Hello, everyone.
And Kangafango's facecam.
Yes, I've got facecam. It's not in the same... Yeah, it's fine.
And Mr. W.
It's not gone well. The character sheet's already buggering up.
That's an introduction.
Was that your bit, or was that what's actually
That was
happening?
the bit, yeah. I thought I'm experiencing chaos. I may as well use it.
Ah.
I love it.
And Jamie.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, so...
And Paradise.
Hello, Roomsbath as well.
Hello, Roomsbath.
So, let's introduce the characters.
Hold on, Blue's in chat too.
Oh, hello.
Does anyone remember how many days of rations we had at the start?
How many days of rations did you buy? Hold on.
I have not used any.
1 second.
I have 7.
7. I think that was mine as well.
I've got your...
Basically, when I was trying
7.
to alter, the equipment section, I was trying to add on the fact my specific holy symbol.
Yeah.
But it oh god, what's happened now? But it basically just started deleting stuff I didn't want it to delete.
That's strange.
I can't comment. I have no idea what's going on.
You got because you're the DM.
So I've also got 7 rations still. I've not used one yet.
Good, because you're not in the
Yeah, I think it
wilderness,
would be
so you
7.
probably won't need to use them.
Yay. VGRC.
Hello.
Shardis connected. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Shardis. As first thing, I will announce that today I've taken delivery of my dream car.
Well, that's good news.
There you go. Right. Yeah.
Like that. Good news. Then.
So, we
1 second.
introduce characters.
Yeah, I just need to switch over.
Okay, sure.
Right, so over to campaign art. So, firstly, we have a beautiful elf cleric.
Hello.
Oh, right, you want me to do the introduction? Okay.
Introduce. Oh god. Okay. Sorry, I've been put on the spot here. Amari. She no last name, for there is no family name. Elven cleric. More to come.
More to come indeed. Beautiful art, though.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Then we have our brave dwarven paladin.
Indeed. My name is Tobias Gorson, and I've managed to book off a few days around the festival that's coming up. And much like MHU's, there is more to come in terms of backstory and more that I will reveal, hopefully naturally, but I will cram it in there if need be.
I'm sure you will. Thank you very much.
I will.
Yeah.
And then we have
Len
our
Rost.
talented human acrobat.
Len Rost Kittlewash, who used to live with his parents in a farmhouse, and then he got money, got his own place. Now he's doing tightrope walks in a town and also selling foods from his crops to gain some money.
And jumping on carts.
And on sheds.
Running after pinewood salesmen, merchants.
Also, you may have noted, actually I'll switch back quickly, because you may have noticed that Mr. W has updated the Hero Forge art.
I have.
Yeah.
So to more accurately reflect the in-universe character with the stone-like
Yeah, that
skin.
was my fault for not having it as such when I originally made the character.
Well,
But
I failed to remind
just
you
forgot.
originally.
I don't think it's in the primer. No, it is in the primer, so I just forgot to read it. But yeah, I've changed the eye colour. Usually dwarves have ruby eyes, but this one has one sort of golden eye, one sapphire eye. The beard I've made to look a bit more metallic as well. You can probably see by the sheen on it. And I've also given his skin a more sort of stony texture.
Yes.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Right. So,
I forgot to launch roll 20. Here we go.
Yay.
here we go indeed. So, last...
Go on.
No, you go on.
I'm literally having to put backups of the equipment and the weapons on my notes page because this is so unreliable.
Well,
So
if the character sheet that you've got isn't working for you, you can just copy it into like a spreadsheet or something. As long as it's in a format.
I might do, to be fair. If I need to add anything, it's just really annoying to do so. Because I think basically it deletes a few spaces away from the cursor. I think basically.
That's
really
annoying and weird.
Huh.
I'll show it to you if I can at some point.
Well, yeah, later. For now, we need to start
Definitely, yeah.
the session properly.
Okay.
So, let me just double check. Okay, that's all good. Being displayed properly. So, last time we had visited the island world, some might say, where you have 3 days from the summer solstice and the longest day of the year. And on that day, there's big festivals and lots of merriment and things to prepare. Like, for example, people traditionally carve little wooden figures that are then ceremoniously put into like a pyre and then are burned to get rid of bad luck and of all the negative things, to hopefully cleanse and improve the second half of the year. So a lot of wandering traders were around selling little blocks of wood or from all sorts of different kinds of trees and different harnesses and different colors and all sorts of different things. But notably, one merchant was missing, the one you were waiting for, your friend, some of whom some of you are more acquainted with him than others. Young Bassin, an elf from the town of Berrygate in the north, who is audio's dropping out, says Rimsworth.
From time to time.
I can't say I can hear that. Yeah, I can hear
hold
fine.
on. 1 second.
Oh, dear.
OBS says it's dropping frames. So, upon inquiring a little bit more, turns out that other people around here have also not seen him recently. Apparently, he did make it to the previous city. Well, not city, the previous settlement. The previous settlement, a village.
Yeah.
Along the way. But he didn't make it that last leg. So, you...
To Copper's Shale, just where all the players live.
So, you decided to retrace his steps, so to speak. So you went back to Smokeley, which is that town, and you found his cart.
And his partner.
Beloved.
Well, yeah, his sweetheart. And yeah, as it turns out, when he's passing through Smokeley, he likes to go into the woods near there, part of the Whistling Woods.
Excuse me?
No,
nothing.
He likes to go into the Whistling Woods to investigate curiosities. Apparently,
Is that what he calls it?
Hey, don't be rude.
Well, so you were just starting to follow the river upstream, which is where you were directed to by Ethel, to try to find young Bassin. I believe that is where we last left off, correct?
Yes, we were just about to go into the Whistling Woods.
Exactly.
When we weren't off to find Ethel. We had met Ethel, and we're off to go to the Whistling Woods to find
Young
Bassin.
Bassin, yes.
Yeah, to find Bassin. Yeah.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
directed there by Ethel.
Yes.
Okay. So, who is leading as you're going into the woods?
Probably me, as I'm sort of vaguely the tank of the group. I don't mind, of course.
I was going to say maybe Lenrost because he's the one who knows him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Is it raining? Is it raining on anyone else's thing?
IRL?
Yeah.
Not currently, but it was
If-
a little while ago.
When I came home, it was raining.
I can
Couple
hear a little
minutes
pitter
ago.
patter, and I don't think it's me. Oh well.
It might be you IRL.
Okay. Actually, first drill of the game.
Yes, it is.
What?
Yes, it is. It is me IRL. I didn't realise.
Let's do 1d3. So 1 is Lenrost, 2
Come on.
is
We don't need to think hard about it. Okay,
Two
do you want to lead
Samari.
because you know him? Do you want to lead because you know him better, or do you want me to lead because I'm the better combat trained, or does Emichi want to lead because I don't know?
Oh,
So
no reason.
hold 1 second.
Aww.
1 is Lenrost, 2 is Tobias, 3 is Amari. Let's do this.
I'm not going first.
Okay, so roll a d2 then, because it's between me and you, Lembos.
1. That's me. So
Okay, so go ahead and make
Okay.
a wisdom check.
wisdom. Sure. That's my
So,
worst stat.
Remember, it's roll at or under.
Actually,
It's your
just 7.
worst stat.
Okay.
It's your worst stat, and it's literally my second best. Oh,
Well, I asked
I
who
didn't know
wanted to
about the
lead.
wisdom.
Well, you didn't ask.
How do you know that's his lowest?
I know.
'Cause he said it.
Because I said.
Oh.
That's actually succeed. That succeeds.
You succeed.
It's 7
Hey.
plus 7. So
Okay.
7.
So, you spend about an hour or so following the river upstream through the beautiful summer woods full of ancient trees as the terrain begins to slope more and more steeply upwards. As you are in the foothills of the mountains, you're heading towards, I believe it was Grandfather, the mountain? 1 second, let me double check. Yes,
certainly
Grandfather.
too.
Yes, Grandfather is the mountain that you're currently approaching. So you do occasionally find footprints in the mud, and not shoe prints, but footprints. Humanoid
Oh.
foot.
Wait, isn't it because he said that he doesn't like wearing shoes?
That is something that someone said, yes.
Oh, Bassin. Oh yeah.
And that's without even looking at my notes. You're welcome.
Ah, you're paying attention. Ah. So, yeah.
So we see footprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you see, like in the mud by the riverbanks, some footprints
So we
leading
try-
further up.
Try following those.
Yeah. So it becomes a little bit more difficult to follow the stream as it's getting steeper, because now, as the water's rushing faster, it's kind of cut gullies into the terrain, through the rock, and there's kind of rocky sides and little crevasses that the stream's flowing through, so you've got to kind of go around those areas, so that takes more time. And around another 2 hours of careful tracking ensue. So you've been walking for 3 hours when you eventually get to a particularly ancient area of the forest. The trees here are thick and gnarled and tall and ancient. You see before you, crossing, well, by the river, there's a section of rapids, little waterfalls and quite a loud rushing sound. You see the remnants of a stone bridge. The actual arch is missing, but there are still some bits of masonry where the supports were on either side, and some of these ancient trees are growing on top of it. At this point,
Roll initiative.
I'm gonna need another. I'm gonna need another wisdom check, please.
For me.
If you want to continue to lead, yes.
Actually, if it's wisdom, I may not.
It's fine.
I'm
I
sorry.
think we can allow for in character talking about who's best at what.
Who's wiser?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was really lucky with that roll, but I'm not sure if I'll get lucky again.
Okay. In that case, in character, allow me. You've been going at that for 2 hours. Do you want me to take over for a little bit?
3 hours, but sure.
That's very
Yeah.
kind of thank you very much.
No worries. So wisdom for me, it will be a 15. I have to get under.
Natural 20, natural 20, natural 20.
Okay.
No!
So what was it? It was one. No, slash roll.
Yep. Or /R space 1d20.
Yeah.
Oh, slash R.
/R is how I usually do it. It's just faster.
Or you can just click the dice roll on the top left.
It's not letting me.
Yeah, on the left.
Slash.
On
There's
the
a
top,
space, of course, isn't there?
on the top left, the bottommost button is the dice menu. You just click on the D20.
No.
16.
Ah,
Is that a
just-
fail?
That was. I'm sorry for taking over from you, Kango. I shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
Clearly, the gods hate me more than you do.
Aw.
Wait, Kango doesn't hate you.
The gods, yeah. I realised my mistake.
Aw.
Okay.
Okay.
So you press on further upstream when you get to a little bit more of an easier area to walk after another hour of walking. But at this point, you see standing stones going from left to right. There's one on either side of the river, and you can see through the thicket another one about maybe 50 feet along that way and along that way.
Hang on, standing stones. Hang on.
They look pretty old, but nowhere near as old as the remnants of the bridge.
Are these the barrier between the Downsfolk, us, and the mountain people?
Well, that may not be a wrong assessment. You can go up to them to investigate them if you want to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah, let's go up and see.
Okay. How do you approach them?
Making sure not to.
Carefully.
Yeah, very carefully, making sure just to keep a good old distance.
Okay.
You know, like a good old, like, you know, kind of like, okay,
Keep an eye out.
make sure it's obvious we're not going to cross.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, we could just shout out for Bassin's name, and being as we're not on the sides of the mountain, and being as we're not on the side of the mountain, was it mountain?
The mountain
yeah, the
people.
mountain, the mountain people. That was it. We'll see.
Okay, so you're investigating the sounding stones, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so you investigate the one that's on your side of the river, I'm assuming. You get closer cautiously, you don't see anybody around. And there's a bit of moss growing on it. But you do manage to see some engraved symbols. And yes, it is common, the language, and it is indeed the border. And
Okay.
yeah,
So
And
we cannot cross to the other side of the river.
no.
I,
So hold on,
The river's going straight through the border.
Yes, so
I mean, we can cross
so-
over, but it's not the safest thing
so-
to do.
So
Hold on. Let me share screen because I've kind of done a little bit of a doodle.
ooh, a doodle.
A
Hold
doodle.
on, 1 second. I need to.
Is this on
Where is it?
Discord or?
Yeah, it's fine to share on thingy. It's
There.
just a little.
Oh wait, I hear music.
Oh, yeah.
I hear music.
Oh,
Yeah, I hear background music.
Check that's not copyrighted.
Is that
it's
your?
not copyrighted.
Okay.
So
Border.
1 second, I'll just quickly.
Sorry.
I've got lo-fi on. It adds to the ambience.
Yeah, that's correct. So the stream flows out of the mountain people's domain into the Downsfolk down the mountain.
Okay, so that bit here is like the off limits
Yes.
Yeah.
bit. Okie dokie, I got it.
Good.
Thank you.
Now how do I close stream? There we go.
That was a nice stream.
Love the music. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's lo-fi. It shouldn't be copyrighted.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still? I remember you said that the footprints got a bit more difficult to discern. Would I be able to check around for footprints or signs of recent that someone's recently traversed through this, and see if they do indeed go past the barrier?
You can search the area, yes.
Okay,
And
would
if
that
you-
be another wisdom? Sorry, go on.
Well, if everybody wants to try, you
Yeah.
can all roll. Yeah, everybody a wisdom check, and
Cool.
I'm gonna increase the DC by +2 if you're all gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hang on. What do you mean the DC?
So say your wisdom score is 10. Instead of rolling 10 or under, you would have to roll 12 or under. So I'm making it a little bit
okay.
easier.
You temporarily increase
and
everyone's
is that
wisdom by 2.
everyone?
Yeah, everybody. If everybody's
Everyone,
rolling,
cool.
they're making a
So in that
collective
case,
effort.
my one is 17
Oh.
for the time being.
Yay!
Oh, hey!
Oh, look at that!
Oh
That's
my god!
Come on, Kango.
Come on, come on, come on! Oh,
That's
still
the
well,
success.
still really good.
Ooh,
See,
that's-
this is what happens when you work together.
You need a soundboard
Okay.
there on your server.
Hang on, where is it? Where is it? There we go.
Okay,
Right.
so you find a couple of interesting things. First of all, you find some more footprints that are, well, they're quite a bit smaller. They're about half as large as an adult human's footprints, and they've only got 4 toes. And the toes look as though they've got claws on them as they dig into the mud and scratch on some of the stones.
Oh no.
And they seem to be coming from upstream, crossing between the standing stones and going further downstream along the stream.
In
That's-
our bit or their bit?
Well, it's coming out of their bit
Into ours.
into your bit.
Oh, those cheeky
So I
bastards.
say,
So that's go on.
So when we see that, just quickly,
Yep.
I'd say, I think as a squirrel came through here.
A squirrel!
You rolled a. I mean, I've never known a squirrel to have claws like that, but who
Well-
knows? It could be some sort of dreadfully mutated one.
It may have been a huge one.
It may have been a really big squirrel, yeah.
Right, go on with
Very
yours,
big
Chris.
So,
troll-sized
the-
squirrel, yeah.
The second thing you find is between the. Well, actually, no, it would be
My
in.
fairy lights just turned on.
Yay.
Hey,
So inside one particularly ancient oak that's kind of hollow in some parts, you find some mushrooms growing there, which since is it Amari?
Yeah.
Since Amari, you said that as a cleric you were trained to heal people. Now, that doesn't necessarily translate into your magical abilities yet, but you would also have training in terms of herbal remedies and things like that. So you know from your training that these mushrooms, if consumed in small quantities, actually have healing properties. However, they also cause flatulence. So, yeah,
Is that wind?
Yeah, but yeah.
Sorry?
Is that wind?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
The common. Go on.
I believe in this situation we call that a win-win.
Yeah, the
Or
common.
wind.
Their common name is tootling, and they are white.
Tootling.
And they are white mushrooms with little yellow dots on the cap.
Oh.
And you find. Hold on.
That's adorable. Tootlings. Oh.
Get my yellow dots. There we go.
You find 4 of them.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, you can add those to your gear, and there's
Thank you very much.
and that counts towards your miscellaneous gear weight. So you don't need to track that. That's what the 80 coin weight is for. So
Yeah.
Okay, so who's taking them? Amari?
well, Amari found them and identified them. So yeah.
So do they?
So we couldn't see any of
I'm not
Bastion's footprints leading towards. Or you're not done.
I'm not quite done yet.
Okay, never mind. I'll let you finish.
Let me just get my mushrooms.
Yeah.
Do they retain their effect after you pick them?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be pointless.
You've got to bend down and bite them off from the ground for it to work.
Well, that way you're in the perfect position to
No.
actually
So, continuing on. You thoroughly search the area, and you cannot find any of Bassin's tracks here.
Damn.
So,
Okay.
So, considering how well you rolled, I'll say that since you know him, and Ethel also said that he wouldn't be stupid enough to go past the standing stones. You go back a bit, near to where the bridge is, the remnants of the bridge. And there you just manage to see some moss kind of ripped away from a stone, leading at a right angle away from the river on the far side. So basically you've got the river here, you're on this side, you've got the remnants of the bridge, and over on the other side leading into that direction.
Oh.
So it looks like, you're not sure if it's Bassin, but definitely something or someone kind of clambered up from the river and probably went in that direction.
Or may...
What direction are the footprints going?
Which footprints do you mean?
The 4-toed mutant squirrel.
Well, those ones over by the standing stones were going just down along the river. You haven't seen any of them around here where the remnants of the bridge are.
Would anybody happen to know what those footprints belong to? Has anyone come across anything like that before?
Give me an intelligence check, because Mr. W, because you being...
Would that be all of us, or just me being
you.
the person who asked?
Just you, because you are a paladin of the Order of Peace, and so you might be trained in this.
I mean, my intelligence is 4, so...
Well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, see?
Wow.
You are more knowledgeable than you give yourself credit for.
You're really good at this.
Yeah, so thinking about it, actually saying the question out loud kind of made you think about it. As you were saying it, you know those moments when you ask something and then as you ask it, suddenly you get the answer yourself and you think, well, that's obvious. Yeah, it looks like goblin tracks.
Woohoo!
Although in this universe, goblins are they are part of the mountain peoples, and they are grotesque,
Aw.
little monstrous humans with long, drooping noses and sharp teeth like needles. They,
So like the typical goblin kind of.
yes,
Yeah.
like typical
that's
kind of
good.
goblins.
Never mind.
They delight in the pain of others and in stealing shiny things.
Is Bastion shiny?
Bassin?
Does he have a shiny ear?
Bassin. Bassin is not shiny. He is slightly translucent, being an elf, like yourself, but he's not particularly shiny. At least he wasn't last time you saw him.
Does he have a shiny amulet?
Goblin.
Not that you know.
Okay.
Goblin.
The
goblin
wedding ring
tracks.
with Ethel.
He's not married.
He's not married yet.
Engagement ring,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The promise
no.
ring.
So what do you all want to do?
It's one of those sweet.
Okay,
hot
so
rings.
what?
Yeah.
So you said that the clawed footprints were heading downstream, basically.
You only saw these footprints over by the standing stones,
yeah.
and yes, they were going downstream. If you wanted to
Right.
spend a couple more extra hours searching the shores to see where they lead, to see if you can follow those footprints, that would be another roll, but that would be a few more hours.
Ooh.
I think we leave that until we find Bastion.
Bassin, yeah.
Bassin, yeah.
Bastion. Sorry, there's a character called Bastion. So
Yeah.
Never-ending story.
Oh no, I'm in Overwatch.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like I'm a paladin of the Order of Peace and Mercy, and you're like, Mercy, what?
Has he?
So as
My
you
queen?
are,
My queen?
as you're standing there talking, thinking about what to do next, you see in one of the ancient trees which boughs kind of reach over, you can see some red squirrels around there looking down at you, kind of scurrying around trying to see what you're doing.
Oh god, mutant squirrels.
They're not mutant.
No, they're just regular squirrels, probably.
Shame none of us is a druid and we can't talk to him.
You could try. Speaking.
My intelligence is too. I'm not going to be the one giving it a go.
Speak it a squeak.
Yeah. I wonder which one of us can talk to squirrels.
I mean, you've got a connection. You grow your own food. You've got a connection with the earth and nature in a way. Do you want to give it a go?
Not got a
You look
connection
like a
with
chap who
squirrels.
talks to squirrels.
You grow your own food. You must know how to talk to squirrels.
What other friends must you have in that field, huh?
Scarecrows.
No. I was going to say offer them the mushrooms, but no, probably not.
Hell no, mine.
Yeah, so what would that role be?
So you want to do what specifically?
Yeah, actually, good point.
Ask the squirrels where our friend went.
Talk to animal? I don't have that
Do you have
skill.
that spell or
No.
special ability?
Does anyone have that?
I mean, I don't get any spells yet at level 1, I don't think. I don't know if clerics do.
I've got
No.
I've got climb on sheer surfaces
What
and
is
acrobat.
this?
I mean, if you want to climb up the trees to chase
No,
after the
no.
squirrel.
Are they in the ancient trees?
Pretty much all the trees around here are ancient.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
are.
I'm adding
yeah.
to my little illustration here.
Yeah, because they are. The trees are. Like the trees here are so ancient and large that they blocks out so much sunlight that it would be really hard for any new trees to grow in this until one of these ancient trees dies, and suddenly there's a new pocket of light where new trees could grow from. But these trees look like they've got very firm, deep roots.
Also, by the way, Tobias, did you tell the others that you realized that they're goblin tracks?
I would have, yes. I tried to get it, but I think there was a bit too much backtalk going on.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that it's safe to assume that knowledge like that is shared,
Yeah.
unless it's specifically specified that you want to keep this from.
Yeah.
Just for ease.
Otherwise, they would have said that the little squad of them might be its children.
I'll have to notify the rest of the guards about a potential breach in the standing stone barrier. Gods damn it!
As
You knew this was here?
Say again?
You knew this was here?
What, the standing stones? Or the squirrel tracks? Or the goblin tracks, rather?
The standing stones.
Yeah, it's in the primer.
you say it in character.
We've had the scroll.
It's in the primer.
No, but then why did you look with us?
What do you mean? Why did it
Is
look?
this
with
out
you?
of character or in character?
In character.
This in character. Okay.
Well, because there's always the chance. Well, perhaps there was some other set of standing stones that we didn't know were there. It was good to check. And besides, the fact that we know what these are, this makes it even more dangerous. Excuse me, this guy's a what?
I think this guy is full of it.
At this point, some midges come round
No,
and try to bite.
Actually,
Oh way!
You could shoo them off.
yeah.
Do they try and bite the beard and then realise it's metal and just go away?
You are sadly not immune to midges because you do have flesh and blood, even though your skin looks like rock.
Yes, it looks metallic, but it's actually not.
Because you are a midgie.
So, what you gonna
dare
do?
you?
Dwarf. Little dwarf.
How dare you?
Anyway,
Right.
so
Well, I think we agreed to maybe come back to the goblin tracks, maybe with a decent force.
I think we need to cross the try and cross the river.
Across the river, yeah, not the barrier. I would
No.
strongly suggest against that.
Same. Where do we think is the best place to cross the river then?
Well, the river isn't very wide. You can probably jump across it, or if you want to, you could just wade through it. It's
Rephrase that. The acrobat can definitely jump across it.
Right.
I'm a tank. I don't have. Well, I'm not even a tank. I just don't have very
Well,
good dexterity.
Aren't we by the bridge now?
it's just remnants.
How tall is this? How tall is the space beneath the bridge?
Okay, basically you've
I'm
got
not sure.
the stream there, and you've got some banks going up maybe a meter or 1.5 meters or
Okay.
so to where the forest floor is.
Okay, sure. So
Why do I have a minus to my
I
dexterity?
suggest. So I say. Right, I guess let's cross the river then.
I think it's because
How do you attempt to cross Kango?
jump.
I attempt to jump across.
Okay, there are no circumstances that will make this more difficult. So yep, you succeed without even have to roll for it. You effortlessly leap
I was
across
looking
it
for a boring.
and land on the other side without much effort. You are graceful.
Nice.
And Mari is gonna hike her dress up and wade.
Okay. The
Not gonna risk looking like a fool.
okay.
And I'll
The water is refreshingly cool on this hot summer's day.
Ah, lovely.
And I'll probably just clod through the water as well.
Yeah, same. The water is refreshingly cool as you cross to the western bank. So, now that you're here, you manage to see some more footprints, and these are actual, like, elf footprints leading further westwards in the direction that you think that if there were a bridge here, the footprints would be heading in the direction that a potential road would be going if it went over the bridge.
You said they'd be towards the direction of a potential road if there was one.
So basically, when the bridge was here, if there
Yeah.
were a road going over the bridge, it's following
right.
along that vector.
As if
Right,
they've
okay.
just come off the bridge.
Yeah, basically. I'm guessing you want to follow them?
Absolutely.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I do have to keep a mental note in my mind of the goblin tracks.
I don't think it's very hard to forget that.
No, they're vicious little things. Ooh.
Okay.
Tobias,
Yes?
have you ever had an encounter with a goblin before?
Oh, yes, a lot of the time.
Ooh.
Very occasionally we do get them coming over into places where they don't belong, and oof, yeah.
Do they like to bite a lot?
Yes, they bite. They try and steal things. I've had them try and steal my two-peak medallion before.
Oh, it's horrible.
You never quite forget your first time with them. That face with those teeth, it just stays in the back of your mind for a long time afterwards.
Right.
Very true.
That was good. I like that.
I like that too.
Out of character. In my character's backstory, there is a bit with bandits as well, which I haven't specified.
Oh.
Which was during the night, which I don't know if my character would have seen what they are. Not sure if it's good if I made those maybe goblins.
I think don't change your backstory now.
I didn't specify it. I didn't
Well,
specify
if you say bandits,
yeah,
then it would probably be criminals. Otherwise, it would be counted as a monster raid, so to say.
yeah. I mean, that's just how I'd pictured it. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Sure.
So, you carefully follow the tracks, both looking out for potential goblins hiding in the woods, as well as trying not to lose sight of the tracks. As you go, the winds start to pick up, and at first you think that there's people surrounding you whistling, but then you realize it's actually just the whistling woods. And this is the effect. The wind blowing through the branches of the ancient trees. It sounds like people whistling all around you. As you really don't have much of a clear line of sight to the sky, because the foliage in the trees, the canopies are so dense. But when you do get glimpses through, you can see that the beautiful sunny sky from before has now clouded over, and the clouds are moving fast. Additionally, it is now getting a bit late in the day, and you've still got a fair few hours of light left, of daylight left.
Good.
However, because you're under the tree canopy, it is now dim lighting, almost like twilight, as you can see shadows flickering around you, things moving from the wind, ferns, bushes rustling as you're climbing through this very kind of steep terrain. Now, remind me, you have dark vision as a dwarf, yes?
Infravision, it's called,
Infravision,
at 60 degrees.
Degrees?
It's an apostrophe at the degrees
60
symbol, I
feet.
think.
60
that is a
feet.
degree, isn't it?
It's the little circle is degree.
Yeah, if it's a single apostrophe, well, then it's foot. If it's two, then it's inch.
Foot, right.
60 foot dark vision, or infravision, so basically heat vision.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's how dark vision works. You can see heat. So,
Where's that written down? Where's that written down?
how infravision works, or what do you mean?
Where if you have dark vision.
Race abilities,
Yeah,
I
it should be in your
believe.
race. Yeah, on dwarf it says infravision, so that's on page 81.
Ooh.
Elves
Elves
actually,
have-
elves have infravision as well.
Oh, How
Yeah,
far?
for some things it might just be dark vision. 'Cause
60
they're doing
foot.
different things.
Okay, thank you.
Good to know. Let me check human. Do humans have infravision?
I wouldn't think so.
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope.
I'm going to just gently grab.
Well, it's not dark yet. It's dim.
Okay.
Kind of twilighty.
Gently grab a lantern from a tree.
Actually, let's see. Equipment.
Okay. So while you're
Okay, I've got a tinderbox with me, so I can light a match if it does get dark. Although a match in a forest might not be the best
I've
idea.
got an oil lantern and oil flasks.
wait, you've
Okay,
you've
you'll
got
be fine
match.
then.
Well, okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, a tinderbox.
Tinderbox. Does that have matches in it?
I don't know.
sure?
I
I think-
assume so.
I think it's
Unless
just little-
unless I fundamentally
I think
misunderstood
it's-
what a
I think
tinderbox
it's
is. What a tinderbox
Flint
is.
and steel.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's what I
I
thought
think
as well.
tinderbox is just little bits
I
of
think
wood.
it's. I don't know. I have a. It might be. I think if I remember, it's flint and steel. Open brackets. Tinderbox. Close brackets. So I'd assume there's the choice between the two, and I think I just chose tinderblocks, or tinderbox rather, because it just I think fit the character more.
Yeah,
it
it says, I think,
Striking
in the
a map.
tinderbox.
it says on Wikipedia, tinderbox or patchbox is a container made of wood or metal containing flint, fire steel, and tinder, typically.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there we go.
Well, tinder as in things that burn easily, like straw or something like that. So you can
Yeah.
start a fire, but it doesn't actually have matchsticks. Because matchsticks need sulfur on them, like
Yeah.
a sulfur
Yeah.
to actually.
It's to start campfires more than anything.
When you reached behind you, I thought you were gonna get one out.
No, it's
That
just
has flint and fire steel in it.
Right. Okay.
okay. Now that
Well,
that's
if need be, I have a light source, and so do you. So we're good.
now that
That's
that's taken care of, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So who's leading?
I mean, you were.
Did we say was
Tobias
Tobias?
was last time, but that has also been a while ago now. I don't know if it's wisdom checks. It's still. I'm not sure if your wisdom is the best of us.
Mine or
Yeah.
Amari's? My one is my wisdom is 15. It's my second highest skill.
Okay.
Tied with Constitution.
Yeah, Amari?
Mine's 16.
Okay. So it's actually one more.
So does Amari want to go at leading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Hey.
So you, I need one more wisdom check, please.
Oh.
Well,
Ooh.
good thing you've got
Nice.
16.
Good thing you rolled.
So, as you're making slow headway because it's getting difficult to see, and while you do have infravision, it's basically just shades of grey based on heat reflected, and so you do still have to be careful not to trip over roots or stones or get your foot stuck in burrows and things like that. But eventually, you begin to see through the thicket and branches in the distance a little source of light, a warm yellowy glow. It's hard to make, you don't see the light source itself, but you can see that quite a distance in front of you, a little patch of the trees and bushes being illuminated, from some sort of light source. It does not seem to be moving.
Do the others see this?
Yes.
If it's more than 60
Because
feet away, I will.
Yeah, so you found it. Because of your role, you found it. But yeah, it's not hard to see
I'll just get
now that you
Okay,
actually
Okay,
did find
so
it.
sorry. What was it? A little light in the distance, was it?
There is a light source in the distance.
Like that.
Yeah, that's illuminating that little area of woodland, of bushes and of tree trunks and things. You don't actually see what the source is yet because there's quite a lot of undergrowth.
Okay. And you said it was a yellow light.
Yes, a warm yellowy light.
Is it Is it like flickering, or is it like a constant
It's
thing?
pretty constant.
Can we just shout out, Mason?
Yes. So what name are you shouting out?
Basson.
Basson. Okay. Do you? Yeah.
Mason.
You wanna?
Mason.
You wanna?
You're going to Texas again.
Okay. So you're shouting out Basson, yeah?
Basson.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, God,
Amari
I'm scared.
shouts out, Basson! Basson! And this, you can hear things scuttling around in the undergrowth around you, and birds taking flight in the trees above you. As moments pause, and then you hear a voice saying, "Who's there?
Ooh.
Who's there?" You
Okay.
realize it is, in fact, young Basson's voice. You recognize it.
I'm going to.
Nope.
I'm
Nope. Lenros.
That's what I think. I was going to elbow him in the. I'm going to elbow him in the ribs and say, "Go on, he knows your voice. You do it."
Yeah, you should be the first one he hears. Well, proper.
All right. It's me, Lenrost. I'm here with friends.
Lenrost?
Yeah.
Oh, well, come over here. What are you doing here? As you see the light from how the woodland's illuminated, you can see that the light source is moving a little bit, kind of up a little bit and then towards you slightly. And then from one of those really thick hardwood trunks from out behind it steps a figure. The figure of a young, blonde, barefoot elf holding an oil lamp in his hand.
Phew.
And you can see the light from the oil lamp kind of shining through him slightly on his side,
yeah.
as though he were made of wax, as he's standing there. He says, "Come over. Tell me what are you doing here?"
Lenros.
Yeah.
No, Lenros. You tell him to come over here.
All right. Could you come over to us?
Okay. He thinks for a moment, then steps down, walks over to you.
Okay.
He He approaches.
It's not a shapeshifter. It's not.
Well, it's not a hostage situation probably, but it might be a shapeshifter.
It's not hostile, at least.
So yeah, he approaches and he gives you a hug, Lenrust. And he kind of looks at you. The other two, like, do you also want a hug? Kind of that sort of look.
No, I'm good. I'm good to see you.
Come here.
Yeah. So yeah, he gives Tobias a hug. And yeah, so he says, "It is good to see you, friends. What are you doing in the Whistling Woods at this hour?"
Looking for you.
Looking for me? Why would you be looking for me? What's the matter?
Weren't you meant to show up at the merchant stand in the town many
The
hours ago?
solstice! I completely forgot about that. Oh, well, it is quite late for that. Luckily, there are still a few days, right, before the solstice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
but that was the last.
This morning was the last marker before the summer festival.
Yes, that. Oh, right. I suppose that is true. Oh well. Thanks for coming to look for me. I'm fine.
No worries at all. We saw a friend of yours called Ethel on the way, and she was very worried about you.
Oh, right. I suppose she would be, wouldn't she? Oh, I am sorry. I really am. Right. Well, I just need to finish something, and then we can go.
All right.
I found. He begins to go away, and then he turns back and says, "Do you want to have a look at what I found? I found something really interesting."
Of course.
Sure.
Right, come with me. As he.
Just keep your eyes open. We don't know what's in the woods at this time of night.
Out of character, is it pitch black night now?
No, it's still kind of twilighty.
Okay.
Low light.
Oh yeah, of course, it's probably too dark for him to see the crest on my armor, isn't it?
Blue's still here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can try the voice whenever you feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force you to do. Just
Of course.
do it however you're comfortable with.
Yes.
And that goes for all of you.
Yes.
All of you. Right. So he leads you. So
I thought you said, "Oh, I love you." I was like, "What?"
what?
I was like, "God, I know the ASMR does things to people, but calm down."
Anyway.
So he leads you over that little ridge that he was standing before, and you see, as you go over it, there's a little area of the woods, kind of a little mossy grove kind of area, where there's a kind of about person height, like about human height, standing stone. It doesn't look like the border standing stones. It looks more. The shape of it looks a little bit more like a tombstone, sort of like it's got 4 sides, goes straight up, and then it's got a rounded top. I think at least. Hold on, I gotta double check that.
Yeah, tombstones tend to.
Yeah, well, I've got to double check that because I'm.
Like a half a sphere kind of thing at the top.
It's just a little bit rounded.
The word for you're looking for, I think, is not cylinder. What's the word? Semicircle.
Well, it's not. It's not that. It's just a little bit rounded.
Oh,
So
right.
he goes over to you. He says, "This is amazing. I finally found some symbols. I've been noting them down." And he shows you some notes that he's been making. He says, "But this will require so much more research. Like, I found a lot of masonry. I found a lot of things in the strata. I found so many artifacts, so many pieces of pottery, so many things from people who were here long before we were, I think. And now I finally found some text. Look at this, and look how well it's preserved."
Is this a tombstone?
He says, "I have no idea, but I've not been able to find a grave."
Well, I'm glad you at least looked.
Wait, you've been digging?
No, I've not been digging.
Okay, it's just when you say grave, it kind of insinuates that you've been. Never mind.
No, well, this is on the line of the road. There wouldn't be a grave on the road. It's directly aligned to the bridge over the river.
I think it's probably best to come back in the morning. The symbols that you said you'd found, have you come across them in any other context? Do you have any idea what they might mean?
I have no idea. Although, out of character now. So, has ever...
And also, I think I now understand why you forbid read languages as a spell.
Yeah, exactly. So, did everybody check roll 20?
Oh, no.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
8.
There's a picture.
Oh my god!
Oh, where's my mush? Hold on a minute.
There's a picture.
Oh, that looks so cool!
Ah.
I'm taking a screenshot of that. That looks... Did you like draw that yourself?
I put it together. It's not
Oh my god!
it's not hand drawn, but I composited it from different images and different layers and different patterns
The
and stuff.
symbols are hand drawn, right?
The symbols are, yeah. So
Oh.
as you are, actually I will change it to full screen and zoom in so people on stream can see it as well.
Okay, I drew it completely wrong, so that's good.
Well, my description wasn't great.
No, I drew it kind of like a blunt crayon.
Well, yeah, I suppose that would match the description kind of.
Actually, I'll post an image
So-
of it in chat so people can look at it. 1 second.
Oh,
God damn.
So, as Tobias looks at it, it feels sort of familiar to you. You can't read it, and it's something it reminds you of. There are certain similarities with
I'm scared
Dwarvish.
because I know my backstory. I'm scared. I'm slightly scared when you say it reminds me of.
No. It reminds you of Dwarvish, of written Dwarvish. The symbols themselves look different. You do not recognize them at all. However, those little star symbols are actually pretty similar like what modern Dwarvish does when it's written. In modern Dwarvish, between words, like it's written in columns from top to bottom and then left to right. And after between words, usually you draw a little circle, like if you're writing it with a brush or with a pen, and then between sentences it's 2 circles. And these little engraved stars look very similar to that, but you don't recognize any of the symbols.
Well, I'm not big on languages, but the little star circle symbols, they do have a resemblance to modern Dwarvish. Between sentences, between words you put 1 circle, and between sentences is 2. And here I can only see sometimes 2 symbols. How did you say it was written again? Sorry.
I think we probably get
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah.
Oh, right, you posted it already. Good.
Like imagining like what Sharadice has said, you're kind of relaying.
Yeah.
How did you say it was written? Did you say it was written left?
It was written in columns from top to bottom and then left to right.
So column after column.
Yeah.
Like Japanese.
So yeah.
Okay.
Does Bassin respond to that?
He seems really happy. Like, he's got a really big elf smile on his face. And like when elves smile like really enthusiastically, it's clear that the elves are really happy, but it's also a little bit of a disconcerting thing there if you're not an elf yourself. Because if a human were to smile at you like that, for example, you'd probably feel a little uneasy. But for elves, it's just the way they smile. So, well, most of it anyway, of course.
So off the top of my head, there is a chance that this is some ancient Dwarvish script, although, being as that's only going on the punctuation, I wouldn't put any sort of bets on that. You'd have to speak with someone who knows more about it than I do.
Well, I think that's going to be a bit difficult, because, I mean, I've been up at... Hold on, I've got to make sure that I don't mess up this word, because I need to... What did I name? Yeah. Because I've been up at Stormwatch when I first found a little pottery thing, little bits of pottery underneath some layers of sedimentary rock, and like really old pottery. And I've been up there to the scholars, and they said that they didn't believe me. They said that there wouldn't be anything that old there. So I really doubt that they would.
Wait, didn't they have a look at it though?
They did look at it, but I took it to them. I couldn't show them that was in there at that point, so...
Oh, I see.
Kind of didn't have any proof there. But...
When we get out of here into safety, and after we've all had a rest, I think... Are you aware of the dwarf creation myth? Because if not, then I think it might be of interest to you.
No, please, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Not now. I'll wait until it's morning and after we've had some sleep. It might be of interest to you.
Can't you do it now, since we're here?
All right. Well, the creation myth of the dwarves is that before life's energy had settled, a small section of it went into the mountains, and from the stone itself sprung the very first dwarves. And we are apparently the first people to originate, the first material people to originate from the earth. So there's a chance that this is a scripture from those ancient people.
That would be amazing. That would be great. Thank you so much for coming. I've pretty much finished my notes. So yeah, let's get going.
Good, let's get you back home.
Alright. Really glad you're this happy.
Oh, I really am. Right. So so he's just gonna walk back to the river because that's the easiest way to walk up and down between, because the rest of the forest is really thick overgrowth. It's gonna be really slow progress. So along the river banks, it's the easiest way to get up and down the slopes. And he's walking back that way.
Okay, so I say...
You didn't happen to see any goblins on your excursion here?
I did not. Did you see goblins?
No, but we saw some footprints.
Oh. Well, what do you suggest we do then?
Just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I believe the formal suggestion is getting the hell out of here as soon as we can.
I believe so.
Claire clears her throat.
So I say, also, Basson, you will remember where this place was, right, when we leave?
Absolutely.
Alright. Just want to check. Right, let's leave then. Hopefully that we won't have a nasty encounter on the way back.
No, we better not.
The wind has also picked up quite significantly now, and the rustling of the leaves all around you is quite loud, to the point that it might be difficult to hear anything that might be creeping around.
Okay,
What's saying loud, sorry?
The wind, the rustling in the leaves
yeah.
and the wind, and whistling.
Can I suggest that we link arms to make sure none of us gets dragged off?
Basson seems game for that.
Let's say, sure. It's gonna be. We'd all regret it if something happened.
So now the question is, who's going first?
I think I'm sort of the most combat-orientated one, so I think, logically, like if we're under the assumption that something could come out and jump us, I think I'd probably be, the one who'd go at the front. Unless anyone else wants to, I don't mind. I'm just putting our suggestion.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Fine by me too.
I think keep Bassin in the middle as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a moment.
Okay.
1 second.
His Ethel is going to be so pleased to see him.
Yeah. Of course she is.
And,
Oh god.
and the dog.
This is all a plan. She's the one who told him to go out and explore in the hopes that he'd die.
No, that's a horrible
Yes,
thing.
sign this life insurance.
He gets it in his will.
Maybe she's a goblin in disguise.
You're a goblin in disguise.
Okay. Right.
Just is she actually is Ethel an elf as well?
No.
Human?
Yes.
So just rips the.
She gonna die long before he even
Oh,
Oh.
his
Probably.
first chin hair.
So,
Yeah.
god damn.
Sure.
right. You get back to the river, and at this point, at this point, if you were out in the open, it would be getting to twilight.
Mhm.
But since you're still in the middle of the forest. It is now dark. So, Lenrost, for you... Well, actually, that's a good point. Would you have told Bassin to extinguish his light? I mean, he doesn't need it to walk, because he's an elf. Lenrost.
I wouldn't have, because as a human, I also don't have any vision benefits, so I kind of need the light to actually see anything.
Or you could be guided by the others. It's up to you. It would make making your way a lot slower.
So,
but
Yeah, but can goblins see in the dark? Because if they can, there's no point in...
Yeah.
well,
I wouldn't.
knows?
I don't think I would have said anything about the light. I think would have just went. We were just gone. I think. I guess.
so so I need to know this definitively.
Yeah.
Is Bassin's lamp lit or not?
Yes.
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 If that's what makes him feel comfortable, then it lit it shall stay.
Okay. So, you get to the river, you follow the banks down, and at one point,
Oh no.
among the rustling of the leaves as those heavy branches get swayed back and forth, and the wood is creaking, and the wind blowing through is whistling all around you with a fury, and also the rushing of the water. I'm gonna need all of you to make a wisdom check, please.
Oh my god.
Is that that's a success?
Everyone, all right.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Wisdom's not a strong
Okay.
suit.
Oh no.
Well,
Come on, Gango, come on.
ooh,
Seriously,
Oh,
well,
that's a fail.
well,
well,
oh, no.
well.
The natural want to go, whoa, not 20!
Especially since it's green as well.
Yeah.
I need
It thinks
to.
it's a good roll, but it's really not.
Yeah, I need to quickly look something up in the rule book.
Oh no, that's never good.
What do you mean it's never good?
I think he's looking up the stats for Goblin.
No, I don't need to look those up.
Got them memorized, have you?
Okay.
He's been dreaming of them too much.
Okay. So.
Right, whilst you look that up, I'm going to very quickly nip to the toilet. I'll be right back.
Sure, have fun.
Alright.
After the tension, sure.
In-game?
just pick behind a bush.
Well,
Oh dear, Kango, I'm so sorry.
wow.
Oh dear.
Very fitting.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Although the wind would be howling too much, I think.
Especially since characters in this system are a lot more fragile than Pathfinder.
Yeah. And just D&D in general, I think.
We'll see. See what happens.
I don't know why I've got a -1 to my dex. I don't know whether I've just accidentally used D&D
I think
rules for that by accident.
if you go on the player's tome, under player characters, it's the first chapter under the introduction. You've got ability scores there.
Yeah.
It's page 21. It says your dexterity
Right.
modifiers. It tells you which.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do you add that to your final? Do you add that to the roll or just to the thing you have to beat? Because I can't remember if I've done 8 and then just already put the -1.
No,
Or-
it's No, there are no modifiers like there are in Pathfinder or something like that.
Right.
Instead, you've got the score, and then you've got the things that the score affects. Like with
Right.
dexterity, it affects your AC, your missile attacks, and your initiative, for example.
Right.
Okay, so when Jamie's back, then we can continue. Bum ba-dum bum bum bum.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Hello.
Good.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It really added to the tension.
Right. So,
Oh God, what have we done?
even though all of this noise is going on, you do hear what sounds like a singular little yelp coming from downstream. It's hard to hear. Could be.
Yeah, you better be scared.
It could be a fox or something like that. But there's something about it that sounds almost human. Almost.
Did it sound like a yelp of panic, or is there not enough?
It
to
sounded like a little yelp of panic if it were human. What do you want to do?
See, the character in me, as a member of the guard, will tell these two, get Bass into safety. I will investigate that. But I know you don't want us to split the party.
Well, you don't want yourself to. You don't want
So
for this party to split either.
The amount that I'm willing to go for character accuracy, you have no idea.
So I say.
Well, cops never go alone.
Well,
That's the
actually,
rule.
I would not have heard the sound, right? Because I rolled so
No,
low.
you
No,
failed
not
it.
you.
You're just
Ah,
whistling, just going,
okay.
whoa.
Does anyone point out the sound?
Yeah, stop you mid whistle.
What? What's going on?
There was a noise,
Oh, there was a yelp.
but
Oh,
not a
no.
human, not a well, human.
Almost
That's
human.
It's not an elf, not a thing. Not one of us.
Humanoid. Was it a squirrel?
Will you stop with the squirrels?
Alright.
Okay. So
It definitely is muted
since
to make it sound like that.
okay, so since you are taking this time to
Oh no!
talk quietly,
No, we're still walking.
which way? Downstream towards where the noise is coming from.
We need
Could
to
we-
cross
did-
the stream.
Were we able to tell which direction the yelp came from?
Downstream.
Downstream.
We
And
can't
is
tell which
downstream the way
side of the
home?
river.
Downstream is the way home.
So we
In that
can't.
case, we may as well keep going home.
So we can't tell which side of the river it came
No.
from. Okay.
Well, it came from downstream, and being as downstream is the way home anyway, I suggest we just keep our ears open.
We're gonna cross the river.
The dwarves can close their ears.
I'll explain later.
Alright.
Okay.
Right. So are you just continuing down the river? Yes.
All sticking
Oh,
together.
what does Blessin have to say about that?
Oh yeah.
He seems
Did he hear it?
a bit on edge, but he has no idea what to do in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
heard
yeah, that's
the
fair enough.
sound.
He doesn't strike
He's
me
a
as the
kid.
combat type. Oh yes. What age is yours? Your character, Emichu? Like adult, teenager, in
like-
Elven?
Oh, well, I don't know, like late 20s.
Yeah, Lenros.
Right.
Yeah.
Lenros is 27.
Yes.
Mm. And I'm sort of middle-aged, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're just going down the okay.
Continuing to go
You-
down, yeah.
You're carefully going down. There are some rocky bits that you kind of got to scramble over and help Lenrust over as well.
Hmm.
And then there's a little a fallen tree over the stream. And at this point, yeah, it's properly dark. You kind of have to you've got to vault over. As you vault over, kind of get your bearings, make sure everybody's there. You look, and downstream, maybe about 20 feet away, is a goblin. A grotesque little creature with unnervingly long arms and fingers, a drooping nose and pointy teeth, as best as you can tell, illuminated by the lantern light. His eyes sparkle. He's only wearing a loincloth, except that he's also got a sack with him. The sack looks full, and he's also got what look like silver earrings with a little crystal, but instead of wearing them on his ears, he's got it in his, pierced through his nostril.
Ooh.
And he's there, and he looks startled.
So he does see us.
He does see you.
Oh, we've got a light wheels and everything. Oh, character.
Yeah.
What I've learned is you've got to act confident.
As you
What
say,
are you doing here?
okay. As you say that,
Roll
the
initiative.
goblin kind of lets out this kind of gurgly kind of roar almost.
Oh, Amari is doing the same.
Yeah.
Copy.
Okay. As he lets go of the sack and draws a little sword.
I made a mistake.
Okay.
So
I'm going to respond and draw my own sword and put my hood down. Let's do this.
It is now time to roll for initiative. Now,
Oh, scream at him.
The way this works is you roll for each side rolls, and then one side gets to go first, and then the other side. Now, this is I will say, as a disclaimer, this is the first time I've run any sort of combat in this system.
Yeah.
So if I mess up on something, please let me know, and we'll try to do better next time.
No, I've never played this system.
No.
Me neither.
Okay, so
I
basically,
think if it's like a wild animal, if you act confident and big and strong, they tend to leave you alone.
Yeah.
so
you made a mistake.
okay. So when we're using regular initiative, in which case, each side rolls 1d6, and the side with a higher roll gets to act first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just a flat D6? No additions.
Who wants to roll for that?
Well, hold on. I think that it's just a flat d6. If we were using the optional rule of individual initiatives, where each individual character rolls initiative like you normally do in other RPGs, then you would add a modifier based on your dex.
Right.
But it doesn't say anything about that for the regular initiative mode.
I'll roll the first. Is it each turn, or is it we roll and then that's the turn order for the whole thing? The whole encounter?
I think that it's just for the beginning, and that you roll, and then that's who goes first, and then it goes back and forth.
So who wants to be the person who makes that roll? I don't mind. I mean, I feel like Emichu should do it because you initiated this. This is your fault.
Hey, look.
Well,
I mean, it is.
I tried screaming at it.
it was a good idea.
You know, it's
I
like
was
a
gonna-
dog. It woofs at you, you woof at it.
I
and
was
then
gonna
you
say.
like
I was gonna say to you, get
Yeah.
Bassin out of here.
It's
No,
like
that's good.
That's good.
It's the highest who goes first.
Oh, so who is that? What roll is that? Sorry?
It's your side, the initiative roll. This is for your side, the
So
player
plus
group.
1. So
No.
It says encounters in it plus 1.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that that's only for if you're using the
we'll just use
individual
base.
initiative.
We'll just use basic one.
Like,
Okay.
so
yeah, dex modified to initiative optional. Yeah.
yeah, optional because.
Okay, so
Okay.
just straight d6.
So let's see what he gets.
Is that straight d6?
Ooh.
You ugly goblin.
Okay.
dang it.
No.
So, the goblin gets to act first. Now, since it was Tobias who said he was in the front, it's Tobias that he attempts to attack first.
Come
So
on,
he's got, he's got enough movement to reach you. And so as he runs at you, he almost kind of knuckle walks on parts of it as he begins to jump out. You can see it opens his mouth as fang, like it looks like every one of his teeth is a fang, basically. But he tries to attack with a sword. So for
I almost imagine he looks like a piranha.
well, slightly.
They live in the Amazon.
Okay, so this is again. So we're using ascending armor class, which means that I believe. Let me just double check to see if it has to beat it or if it's at or under.
My one is 12.
Attacking.
I think I did use ascending.
Yeah, but I just want to quickly see.
I think there's a table for ascending armor class.
No, that's for Thaco. Okay, I do. You add that, determine that. Add the attacker's bonus. The result is the ascending. If the hit is equal to or higher. Okay, so it's equal to or higher that it succeeds the attack. So here we go. He slashes with his sword. Does that beat your AC?
No, it does not.
Okay, so as he lunges at you, slashes with his sword, it strikes your armor, and your trusty armor deflects the blade as you hear a metallic zing as it strikes. And that is, well, that's his turn done. Now all of you get to move and take your actions. First, first you've got to declare if you want to cast a spell this round, or if you want to move in melee this round.
Move in melee, and I'm slow, so I've got to go.
You're not in melee yet. In melee means if you
No, it says here slow. Character acts last in each combat round.
Slow, you mean, where does it say that? Sorry.
Maybe that might be individual
I think
initiative
that's
rules.
staff.
Oh yeah. So if you've got a slow weapon, like a two-handed weapon, then that means that you go at the end.
Yeah, I go at the end of.
Yeah, as if you had lost initiative, but you lost initiative. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that case, which one of you would like to take your turn first?
Well, being as he's just tried to attack me and I'm the closest to him,
Yeah.
I am going to try and do what he did to me, and I'm going to try and attack him with my sword.
Okay.
Yes, with my sword. That is one
Use it for personal gain.
sword. Okay, so is it a D20 or
It's
is it
1d20 plus or minus a modifier based on your strength. Is that noted down? Is that noted down somewhere?
A modifier based on my strength.
It should say somewhere, like what you add to attacks, to melee attacks.
Melee attack / damage open doors. +2 for me, I think.
Sure.
Unless that's the plus. Yeah, I think that's the +2. 1d20 +2.
Yes, and
That is an
okay.
18.
Yeah, you hit.
Cool. And it is 1d8 damage.
Oof.
Do I roll the strength as well? The +2 to damage as well, or not? It says melee attack / damage.
Let me see. Melee. 1 second. So what's your melee? Your strength score? Sorry.
My strength score is 16.
Okay, so that means you get a
And then-
+2 to damage as well, because it says is applied to attack and damage rolls with melee weapons. Yeah, you get a +2.
Cool. I'll also just quickly get rid of the plus to con and the +2 and the -1 to charisma, because I'd already noted those down as part of my things. I think. Yeah, I think so.
So 1d8?
1d8 +2. I will roll that now.
5.
That's fine. 5 damage. That's not bad.
Okay, and
Less than half, but oh well.
yeah, but as it turns out, that's enough.
Damn,
yeah,
he's awake.
Well, I mean, you didn't actually get hit by his weapon.
No, that's true. I like to imagine I get him, like, I dodge out the way as he lunges forward, and I get him right in the back of the neck.
Sure, that's what happens. And the goblin is defeated, and since in this system, when when you don't declare that you want to do subdual damage, you do lethal damage. You brought him to 0 hit points, which means 0 points is dead. So your sword attack defeated the goblin, he's dead. And his body looks like he's about to roll into the river.
Get him, get him, get him.
You get him?
Are you getting him or me?
You.
Just one is
Well,
on the
you already.
edge,
So
just wait,
Tobias,
okay.
Tobias already took his action. So you want to take your action now, yeah?
I'm last.
No, that's just if you want to attack with that weapon.
Listen, he's only got a loincloth on. I'm not touching him.
Okay.
Oh, the whole.
So
Do
Kango.
it then.
Okay.
Try to get you out
Yeah,
of
I mean, it would normally be difficult, but you being an acrobat, yeah, you manage to, even though it's quite dark, since this is the river, there's a little bit of light filtering through, just enough for you to kind of see that. Oh, plus you've got the light, of course, from the lamp. I forgot about that, sorry. You've got the light from the lamp. So you manage to reach down under him and kind of turn that momentum of him rolling down around, redirect it to kind of get a hold of him. So he's now no longer rolling. You tuck him up and yeah, you get him there. And you can see his eyes look kind of sparkling palely as they kind of stare up at you.
Gonna gently reach over with 2 fingers and just close those eyes.
You try to close the eyes, but they don't want to stay closed. The tension of the eyelids pulls them back up as they stare blankly up.
I say,
Can I get a leaf? Can I put a leaf over it or something?
Sure, but it's really windy.
so I say, well, Osso's still inside.
Bassin says, "Yes, of course. I'm just glad we had a paladin with us. You do such a service to civilization."
For the pigs.
Thank you for that.
Now what's in the bag?
You
get the bag?
No worries at all.
What's in the
Have a
bag?
quick check in the
That's
bag.
Okay.
Loincloth.
By the way, we're out of initiative.
Yay.
You get the sack, open it up, and you can see a whole bunch of gold coins. You see some horseshoes. The horseshoes in there. You see some jewelry, including a few holy symbols, like of the 2 peaks, made of silver. And
Shameful.
yeah, so it's basically a sack of loot.
I think we need to take this back to the village.
So, who's carrying this, or who's carrying this?
I'm carrying the goblin.
Okay, you're carrying a goblin. Okay,
Carrying it?
sure.
Didn't I? I mean, I caught him.
Well,
Yeah.
Caught him.
on the
What,
shoulder.
you want to carry him back to the
Okay.
town, to the village?
Do you want to carry him back?
Sure.
to you.
Sure.
Okay.
I attempt
Get
it.
rid
So-
of the evidence.
Okay. Which
Okay,
means
remember, we are doing weight in this. Remember?
yeah.
Oh no.
I don't know what the weight of the goblin is. It doesn't say. At least, unless I've
Okay.
missed it, but I don't think it says.
Wow.
don't
Terrible,
fa-
terrible,
um,
disgraceful.
Should I list him under
Shame the
equipment?
However, the sack weighs.
Oh, yes.
The sack weighs around. What would it be? It weighs around 150 coin weight. So
Ooh,
whoever's carrying
that-
that, put that on
That
your
would
sheet.
make me be incredibly slow because I'm already I've got a fair amount of stuff on. So
Bassin, do you want to carry a sack of coins?
I mean, he says, "You want me to carry the dead guy's loot?" I mean, I
seem a
guess
little
sure
macabre.
you did save my life, so I suppose I should.
Well,
Yeah, give it to me. I'll carry it. I'll carry it for you. Sure, give it to me.
I think it best for the holy symbols to go back to the Is it temples on this island for religion?
Yeah, there are temples.
Oh,
I think-
you speaking for us now, huh?
I mean, I will say
Alright.
I will say that in actual
cleric.
original D&D, like no, not retro clones, but actual original D&D, the paladin had some really strong rules associated where the paladin, I mean, I don't know what it's, I don't think there's anything like that here, but where the paladin, for one thing, you had to speak like a traditional folkloric knight in shining armor. Like, you had to speak in that way, with thous and these and that kind of way. And also, you couldn't keep treasure more than what you needed to buy food or shelter, stuff like that.
Yes.
Any other treasure that you got at your share, you had to give away to charity.
Yes.
And there's loads of stuff like that. But I'm really, yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of that in here. Like, it says, vow of humility. A paladin may keep only a total of 1 suit of magical armor, 1 magical shield, and 1 magical melee weapon. They must also donate 10% of all income to lawful religious institution. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's only 10% here, which is a lot more lenient than in original D&D, but 10%, yeah, there you go.
I think there was actually a group of samurai as well. I can't remember their exact names, but their whole thing was that they refused to be thanked for their duty, essentially.
Thank you, brave samurai. You must die now.
No, yeah.
So, it is really windy. So Basson's carrying the sack.
Wow,
Actually,
someone must have had them.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's 2 things.
So I say, right, thank you very much, Baston. I'll take the oil lamp if that's alright.
Sure, yes. He hands it to you.
I carry it.
And, right. So, you walk for another few hours. And
Can I quickly ask Bassin? Are you planning to stay with Ethel for the night and go back to your home when it's daylight, or what's your plan? Where should we drop you off?
Well, I was originally intending to spend the night down in what do I need to double check? New names I'm getting used to.
Is it Snowplay?
Down in Trollend.
Oh.
But
you didn't.
Smokely's gonna be fine.
All
Very
right.
well.
You think to tell Genesis that maybe you weren't gonna be back?
No, I meant I was going to spend the night there after I went to the market. I only intended to spend like an hour, maybe 2, in the woods. I didn't think I'd find something like that. It's an amazing find. You lose track of time.
Have you considered a whistle?
She said in the whistling words.
Yeah.
A whistle. There's certain whistles that you can get that make the certain sound of a bird. It's just a nice way to just be like,
Yeah, but if they're in the woods, then they might just think that is a bird.
A handheld
look,
whistle.
listen, you.
So
Do you want to carry the goblin?
I've
You're
got
the
it.
one
It's
carrying
alright.
the goblin.
Out of character. Is there any about the oil lamp? Is there anything? It's just like a normal oil lamp, or is there anything special about it?
It's, as far as you can tell, it's just a regular old oil lamp.
Okay.
So, it is now properly night as you get out of the woods, and it's begun to rain.
Oh no.
The day was hot and sunny, but now it is raining and stormy and windy, and you make your way down into Smokeley. You can see that some of the charcoal mounds are still smoking, and there are tenders there, sitting there in just multiple cloaks, huddled, keeping an eye on the charcoal. Even in the night, even in the rain, even in the wind. So you get down there, and you can see that the donkey is no longer by the cart, and a canvas covering has been put over the cart.
Let's hope the donkey is in the shed.
Yeah, the door to the
Good job.
shed is not locked currently. Open it, and yeah, the donkey's there. And so the donkey's there, and then as
Hold on, I think you should go greet your lady.
well, so Bassin, so as the doors open, you see the donkey's there. Bassin walks over to the donkey, and says, "Ah, there you are. Oh, how have you been? I didn't mean to leave you so long. How are you, Ethel?"
What?
So the
And-
donkey's called Ethel as well.
You can ask him.
Okay.
Is the
So, and he kind of pats the donkey on the head.
So, did you
He looks over.
did you name the donkey before you met your missus, or did you meet your missus and then name your donkey?
Oh, I named the donkey after my sweetheart so that I would be reminded of her.
Okay.
I do not know what you mean.
We're good, fellas. We're good.
What are you? Is there
You
something
there?
I'm missing?
No. It's just that
I
some
mean, there's a
people might
certain
not be. Some people might not appreciate being named and asked.
He seems completely confused by that statement.
Don't worry about it. It's too late. Go in and greet the human Ethel and get some rest.
We'll stay with
Make it-
Furia.
Get yourself dry, and we can discuss stuff in the morning. All right?
On the morrow.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Right. I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. We'll be here.
Alright.
As he walks barefoot through the mud over towards a little house near there.
If she lets him in with that dirty feet, it's true love.
So you actually can see
To
that.
be fair, I think it's true love to name a donkey after
So
your
Say
sweetheart.
hi to Ethel for us.
And so you can see from where you are, he goes over, knocks, looks in through the window, the door is opened, and then he gets welcomed with open arms and lets in, and the door's shut. And there you are, standing out in the cold and dark and rain.
Yeah, let's get home quick.
Well, yeah.
Wait, what?
There's
It's
no-
going to be
are
about
there-
an hour,
are there any-
20-minute walk to get back to Copper's Trail.
Is there a
Are
pub?
there any pubs or taverns nearby with rooms?
There is an ale house. They don't have any beds there, but
No, let's just
if
stay with the donkey.
if you are willing to pay, they might let you rest in the dry, just in the main drinking area.
What say we try the ale house? See if we can, at the very least, get a roof over our heads there. I can pay for the rooms. It's fine.
Oh, it's a very kind offer. Alright. Wouldn't
Duty
really-
calls, even if I'm off it.
Yeah, wouldn't really like heading all the way back to Copper's Shine in this weather.
No.
As you say that, there's you see a flash of light, and then a couple seconds later you hear the deep rolling thunder.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thor, you followed us here.
It's exactly what I mean.
Right. So you head over to the alehouse. It doesn't have any particular name. There's only one alehouse here, so people just call it the alehouse. It's on the main through road. It's kind of next to the stone bridge that crosses the river. And yeah, it looks like there are oil lanterns on inside. So the doors open, you enter, and there are a couple of tables set up, and there are a few people there sheltering from the rain, having some ale, and having quiet conversations. And then the owner and brewer comes walking up and says, "Ah, friends, what will it be? Can I offer you a mug of ale or two?"
Alfred, were we here before? Do we
It's
know
up to
this
you.
bartender?
I
or-
would
mean,
probably be at least vaguely known, being a town
Well,
guard.
I mean, this is the next town over, so
Ah,
it's
right, okay.
reasonable that you would have met him if you tend to frequent alehouses.
Does he have a name?
Yeah.
He does, but I have no idea what it is. I didn't prepare that, sorry.
That's
That's
honestly.
usually my question.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
honest at least.
Mhm. So. Okay. So we
Well,
greet him by
yes.
name.
Yep.
Say, good to see you
Sup,
again.
Archibald.
Says, want
So-
a mug of ale or two?
Do you have a loaf of bread?
We usually don't serve food here, but I'm sure that, I mean, if you want to have dinner with us, we haven't had dinner yet. I'm sure we could spare a little.
Look,
That would be imposing. We couldn't ask that.
look, I understand that you don't exactly do rooms here or house and board, but would you allow us to just sleep on the floor in a corner or something just whilst we're sheltered? I can
Yeah,
pay.
of course. Where are you from?
Well, I'm a town guard in Coppice-Shale,
Yeah, we're
and we all residents
Oh,
of
of
that.
course.
Coppice
Sling
Shire.
your title around.
It's just the next town over, but in this weather,
Oh,
this
yeah.
time of night.
It's not safe to travel the roads in this weather.
Yeah.
No.
Sure. I'll get some blankets for you. You can have a corner, but it'll be 2 gold.
It's very nice of you.
Take it out the pocket and give it to
Okay.
him. Keep the
You-
change if there is any.
Do we still
Also,
have
by
the
the way-
dead goblin?
By the way,
Oh,
I'm assuming you didn't carry, but you did. Bassin did give you the sack. He did give you the sack
good.
when. I'm assuming you didn't carry the dead goblin into
No, I would
the
hope
ale
not.
house.
I didn't remember, but actually, could we have just sat him up against the
Outside?
wall?
Sure.
He's drunk. Don't mind him.
Sure. If you want to, sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you've got the sack of loot, and by the way,
All right.
Yeah.
hold on, I forgot
That's
to.
my weight down by 2 gold. That's good.
Yeah. I didn't even.
Those coins, they'd be heavy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't even
well,
update my way.
Okay.
Like, just coins come under gear, and so it would still be just a flat 80.
No. Treasure
Oh, I think
does
I've
not.
added that to, yeah.
Treasure does not.
Weight of treasure and coins, yeah. So 318 is my current weight.
Yeah. Also, since you managed to retrieve some treasure, not a lot of treasure, but a little bit of treasure,
Oh yes.
you each get 90 XP points.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, you get 90
Mine
XP
gets-
points for that, and then also, I mean, the goblin.
Mine gets doubled.
You get 9 doubled.
Not double, 10%.
Okay, actually, you get.
Nah.
Hold on. Instead of 90, because you defeated the goblin, it's 90. Let's just say
Don't make me
92.
Don't make me do math.
You've got a
and
calculator. The thing you're using is literally called a computer, as in a thing that computes numbers.
Yes. And also, more maths for you. Prime requisites. A paladin with at least 13 in one prime requisite gets +5 to experience. My prime requisites are they are well.
I got
Well, that's what-
101.2.
What's my prime requisite? I can't remember what the prime requisites are, but I know I
Your
would have added
prime requisite is.
strength and wisdom.
It's
I
both.
think.
Yeah, it's both strength and wisdom.
And yeah, I've got +5, at least 13 in those. So what should we say for that?
It's
Difference
plus.
between experience and XP.
It's the same. There's no
Okay,
difference.
it's just there's one bit coloured and one not bit coloured and
Where?
Oh, well, sheet 2.
Hold on. 1 second.
Okay, I've written it down. I just
Yeah.
just wondered if I was putting it in the right spot or not.
At the
Kango,
bottom,
don't
at the bottom of sheet 2.
Sorry?
You bully! Don't bully me.
At the bottom of sheet 2, it says XP and then experience
What's the
points
name
in the big. Like
Oh yeah.
it says XP and then experience points in the big field,
Yes.
and then it says experience points for next level, and then it says prime requisite modifier to XP. I don't know what you mean by. I don't know what.
No, I was just wondering because I put 101.2 under the experience points in the XP bit, so I'm just
Yeah, that's correct. That's good.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are we doing with the 5% to experience? Should I try and work that out?
Yes.
It's called a calculator. This thing that you're on called a computer.
I don't know how.
Okay. You don't tell you what. You don't have to. I'm not going to put you under pressure now. You can work it out off stream if you want, because we're at the end of the stream
I
anyway.
literally just have to type 5% of 92 and I've got it.
Well, you add that onto. So basically, yeah.
Okay, Okay, it's a 4.6. Should we round that up to a 5 or round that down to a 4?
Oh come on!
I don't
I've done
mind either.
decimal numbers, you so and so.
Or do you want me to do decibels? I don't mind either.
I believe usually you round down.
Round down. Okay, so +4, so that means I'm at 96.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm at 101, not 101.2.
Yeah, it's rounded down. But
Because
yeah,
the only thing I remember is that for percentages, it's basically a division symbol, but just tilted on its side. But I can't remember exactly how.
Or you can do times.
5 divided by.
Or you can do times 0.05.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, true.
so we've actually finished at 11. So yeah, you go to rest as you maybe some of your clothes get dried by fire as you received blankets and are resting with a storm raging outside.
I think some people get some food as well.
Yep. If you're invited to dinner with them, if you want to.
Just one bit of bread.
We also do need to add up the treasure to our weight at some point.
Yeah.
Well, we're giving it back.
Whoever's carrying that,
Yes.
whoever's carrying it has to have it on their weight. So, with that is the end of session 2.
That was lovely.
You defeated your first terrible foe. But yeah,
Hopefully many more to come.
But yeah, the thing is, in this, at early levels in this game, combat is very fast. Like 1 or 2 hits can be enough.
This was wonderful. Thanks and good night.
Yeah, you just luckily got the first actual hit that connected. So
Yes.
yeah.
Right in the back of the neck.
With that, thank you all very much for watching,
It was a lot of fun.
and good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Good night. Bye
Good night,
bye.
everyone.
See you Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, or Sunday.